Man, welcome back to my YouTube. It's King Ebo. We are now about to listen to an original audio horror story. If you had nightmares, you have been warned. We're gonna get straight into it. If you heard Van Reaper the first story, you know we're gonna go over this. And now we going back to planet Zodiac, but this time we in Atlantis. Alright. After the firstborn was kidnapped, after the firstborn was kidnapped, he had just turned 14. He was living on another species planet known as the Crooks. They had done things to him and treated him bad in the worst ways you could think of. They even made him think he was from the planet when he was not. The Crooks had blocked his power and were being controlled until he was 19. He just figured out how to use his power and contacted mom, but she didn't find him until he was 14. On his 14th birthday, he unlocked his power. And when the time came, that's when the second war started. And once he was back, he on his own planet, he made his own weapons. Then he figured out how to use his own powers. Also how to switch form. He knew when to use them and when to not use them while the war was going on. He had died because the other species were coming for him and couldn't handle him until his mom decided to give him some of her power. His mom was the goddess of all demons, but he was not meant to be a demon, but some more powerful than a demon. So when his mom gave him full power, he became one of the Zodians on the planet. But he only used the goddess powers in the battle, and was only after the first war it had ended with the Crooks. The Zodiac tried blowed up their planet like they blew up Zodiac the first two times, but the planet was too strong to keep attacking him, so he was crowned king of the planet. He was the king while his dad was still living on the planet, but after his dad died and he was promoted to the last and second king that had lived. Then he changed his name from Emo to King Lionix a few years later, and after everything was over, he started his own tribe and his own ritual. Him and his mom on the planet, they lived in peace once again, but the planet had died out. Years later, after the last war was going on, Lionix moved to Earth and found him a new home, a new family, a new tribe. He still kept the tradition, but after 2 years of living on Earth, he wasn't so wise. Once he realized he couldn't be so wise like he used to be. And alright, gonna keep the story going. We on part two. The city of Atlantis on Earth. Now the first war was about to start. King Lionix had a new villain to worry about. His name was Van Reaper, who was known as Victor Valley. He was one of the most powerful villains that been around since 1996. Some people call him a vampire at night because he always showed up as a shadow. Now he known as Van Reaper the first. He 6 feet tall, had on all black and white armor. The armor had white flame around the sleeve on the arm, then had white flame going down the side. Also had flame going down the back on the armor. There were also flames going down both sides of his leg. He had on the black and white boots and a lion tail hanging from the armor. Now on his face, he had on black and white metal mask, spikes on it, and 2 devil horns. They was glowing bright red. Van Reaper met the Ocean Master at the gates of Atlantis. As Van Reaper was dressed up in all black, he meet up with the guy named Ocean Master that was the same height as he was. He had on dark purple, long sleeve shirt, black high collar cape, and black pants with black boots. He had on black and purple metal mask like Van Reaper had on, and his eyes were glowing red. As the meeting was about to start, the gates opened. Van Reaper and Ocean Master, it gets teleported to the throne. An old lady rises up from the ground and look at both of them and start talking. The old lady said, "This will be your last time as the king of this city." As the old lady was talking, another person rises up from the ground and started talking and sits on the throne. King Lionix said, "This will be your last time you will sit on this throne, boy. Now you have to go through us." And like as King Lionix was talking, a group of guards started swinging at Van Reaper and the Ocean Master. Van Reaper made a block of ice drop down on the guard, and the guard smashed into the ground hard as they could. Another guard swinging at the Ocean Master. He bashed their head into the wall, ripping them off. Blood was all over the wall. After Ocean Master was done fighting the guard, another guy rised up from the ground. He had on all black, a gold armor suit with a black hood on. He had no eyes and no mouth. He used his magic to make a skull statue appear in mid-air and start attacking Van Reaper and Ocean Master. The skull started swinging his arm at Van Reaper. They sent a shadow demon at Ocean Master. Van Reaper snatched the skull out of the statue and slammed his head into the ground. Then he stomped on it as hard as he could. The skull was stumped and smashed into pieces. Now the statue head was sitting on the ruins. He was sitting on the ruins. Van Reaper grabbed him by the throat. The statue was trying to choke him and make him pass out until Van Reaper used his own magic and strangled the statue, then froze his body and burned it down with heat vision. Now it was Ocean Master's turn to fight the Shadow Demon. He took his staff and made a knife attached to the end and stabbed the demon in the neck. He snatched his staff out of his neck. Blood was gushing out in the water. Then he stabbed the demon in the heart, ripping it out of his chest and set the demon on fire. And this is how the story is. Damn. The demon got fucked up, didn't he? Set his ass on fire. Ain't this how it go?